It's your boy SoFly Trades here, back with another banger. And in today's video, I just want to go over basically how I traded ES and NQ and some things that I found out today that, I'll implement in other trading days regarding futures. So without further ado, if you like flexing on your ex, if you like making money, then make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. But let's go ahead and get into it. So my first couple of trades, or my first, I'd say, trade was on NQ. And I seen this consolidation period here. Let's go to our 5 minute on NQ. I have NQ here on my right side. Long story short, I seen us breaking down below. And I seen this rejection. I wanted to take this to the downside. And one thing I found out about NQ is unless you're trading even $100,000, if you're trying to pass a challenge, you shouldn't be trading NQ because NQ moves entirely too much. You can fail your challenge just by sitting in drawdown, even though you see price action going in your, some in your favor. But you're like in slight drawdown because nothing's ever goes immediately, or unless it's perfect, goes immediately in your favor. Sometimes you have to sit through some drawdown before price continues to go in your favor. But with this case in NQ, you can't do that. Like, unless you have $1 million, you cannot do that because the drawdown alone is just immediate. So on this wick right here, just going up past, once we fell below and came back up once, because I took the shorts to the downside. But once we started to push back up, I was in so much drawdown. I was in like 1,000. I was in like $1,200 worth of drawdown or something. I said, whoa. This was only with 3 contracts. I only had 3 contracts and I was in like $1,200 worth of drawdown. I'm like, holy moly. So long story short, I was like, okay, I need to find out. I sold that because, if I was to hold this, even if we were to pull back here, I could have blew my account just from drawdown. So I was like, okay, I need to find something better to trade. So I started looking at the micros, MGC. I was looking at MGC for a little bit. I did take a call option on MGC from this key level. Once I seen this bounce up to this key level, made about $80 on it since it's a micro, but I just wanted to try it out. I really like how price action moves on the micro, on MGC at least, because it really follows price action. I think I have more drawn out on my left hand side, so it was really following price action here, and it was holding this 21-day EMA very, very strong. As you can see, we kept rejecting the blue, then we fell below the blue and started rejecting it. But long story short, I like MCG. Say, for instance, you want to practice, some of your psychology or things like that, you can use MCG to, practice. And just like how we're rejecting this level here, technically you could get in a put option. Let's see. Yeah. Price is actually looking really good for price to reverse, to go to the other direction. Yeah, it's looking beautiful, actually, to take it back down to the downside. But yeah, so I made about $87 on that. Let's go back to ES, the bread and butter. ES is basically moves like SPY, in my opinion. If you like trading SPY, you'll like to trade ES. That's just in my opinion. So on ES, the option that I took here was, let's make this the 5 minute and let's make the right side the 15 minute. This is how I normally have my screen set up. So we had a little area here where we were just bouncing in between levels. Then what was it, 9 o'clock, I seen us started to break with some strength and increase in volume at this key level. So I said, if we get a break of this key level, basically this highs, then I'll get in calls to this next key level, which was around 44.60-ish, 44.67-ish. So we broke these highs in this relative time frame. I just want you guys to see, just look on this bigger relative time frame. We broke this, we had broken this, and I said, okay, we don't have no more resistance until this 44.60ish area. So I'll look to take a stab at call options here. We had an increase of volume on the push through that level, which I love to see, which allowed for me to getting a little aggressively on the break of that key level. And I went full size on this position. I had 12 contracts. Long story short, but I did not. The thing is, where I failed to execute the way I wanted to completely execute was I took profit too early. I didn't let my price target hit. So my price target was right up in this area, and I sold right when the candlestick was like right here, because we were just a little stagnant and I didn't know if we would reverse or whatnot. But I need to learn and just set my profit target and my stop and just let price do its thing. I have to just let price do its thing, because I left I'd say another $25 to $300,000 on the table, because as soon as I sold, boom, we just has a bunch of strength, and I could have at least rolled this out, to either the high of this candlestick or maybe the high of this candlestick. But yeah, after that, I made approximately, as you guys can see here, this is the actual account. The top one is a simulated. I was just playing around in. I try to play around with NQ in the simulated one, and I of course lost 350, but that's fake money. The real money, which I made $1,519.50 today. So all in all, I'm green on the day and I'm thankful. But what I'll be looking for, one thing I like about futures is you can trade them during the weekend, but it won't probably have as much volume, things like that. But what I'll be looking for, let's go to our hourly really quick. Honestly, if we start to reclaim this, hopefully by next week, we push up here, and I'll be looking for rejects to take back down, because that looks like a big, huge wall we've run into. It looks like a huge wall. Just look at that. Well, let's go to our daily. Yeah, that is a huge wall, that 4,500-ish area. Yeah. We'd have to have some kind of news to break that, even though technically on a daily we are in an uptrend, because we made a higher low. We made one higher low, right? Well, actually, if you count this, we made consecutive higher lows. After this low, we made a higher low. This took it out, so we had to start over. We made a higher low, higher low, higher low, and another higher low. So we have, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 higher lows, which is indicating an uptrend, and we have 4 higher highs. Also, we have a higher high, a higher high, a higher high. Well, 3. This one will make a 4th one unless we fail it, but I'll be looking to see how the daily closes out. It looks like we have some sellers with this wick here. Hold on, let's see if I can zoom in. Okay, this is zoomed in. This just looks a little weird, but it's all good. So the daily candlestick looks to seem as if we have sellers still in this area above here. So ideally, if we do push up to this 4,500-ish area, I'll be looking to take rejects definitely in that area. Yeah, definitely. This is the hourly time frame now. We could be flagging it to push up to this key level and then break back down. That'll be one way I'd trade that, but I'd have to see price action and see what we do at these key levels. But I'm really glad I found this prop firm stuff, because I wanted to trade with more capital, but I didn't want to use my own money, and this is really helpful, because this way, once I pass this challenge, whenever that is, I'm not going to put no pressure on myself to pass the challenge. But whenever I do pass the challenge and I start making withdrawals from the account, I can put that money into my TD Ameritrade. So it's just like the cycle never ends. Like, you can make money from here, from a prop firm, then you can put it into your own trading account, make money on that trading account. You can move profits to, Robinhood for long-term investments, or real estate, or whatever you want to do. That's why I love trading, because it just opens so many avenues to do other things. But other than that, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.